August calendar is finally here, and with that we actually get some pretty decent information. Nothing too crazy here, but I still want to go through everything, what it means for the upcoming banners, for the future collaboration, stuff like that, and just give you also a rundown about all the banners and the units in there, and if you probably should pull on them or not. But again, there will also be a full dedicated video for each banner in the future, so don't worry. I'm Katsuma Gaming. Let's get right into this. First up, if you're curious where I got this is from the official Discord. As you can see here, there is a channel where we get all this information. Also, quick information, there's also a they announced that they do the login monthly campaign again, which is really good. I would be surprised if they stop it, but still good to know that it's back. And then we also got teasers for all the upcoming units. We have a new Aqua, Darkness, Vanir, Cecily, Mel, Dust, Mel, and Iris. And quick info, this Mel and this Iris are welfare units. With that out of the way, let's take a quick look at the Japanese timeline, because if you didn't know that, Sassy actually said that they try to follow the JP timeline, though they already showed signs that they are willing to move stuff around if it's giving the perfect circumstance. First banner we're talking about is Anniversary Part 2. And the Part 2 units, as you can clearly see here, are Aqua and Darkness. Let's take a quick look at their kit. Quick TLDR if you don't have much time. All the banners I'm talking about, I recommend skipping them. Why? Well, let's find out, I guess. Aqua is a kind of weird unit in that regard, Darkness as well, because first up, they are limited units, so if they are gone, they're gone for a while, and that's something I as a Aqua Simp can do, and you also shouldn't skipping, because you all are Aqua Simps, right? Right? Don't disappoint me, guys. You are Aqua Simps. You want to pull for her, right? Right? Anyway. Her passive trait is Water Damage and Earth Damage. And with that, she's actually an upgrade from the 3-star welfare that we're currently using as a sub for Fes Aqua, because the Water Damage bonus is actually really good for her. So as a sub, she's already usable. Then if we look at her kit and the pro that I wrote down there, her kit is kind of like Fes Aqua. She has 20% Gauge up with HP condition. You have a CDR skill. You have a neutral basic that's non-elemental and it doesn't heal compared to Fes Aqua, so that's of course a downgrade. But like Gauge up and CDR, that are two pretty decent skills for a unit. So this Aqua should be good, right? Right? Well, yes and no, kinda. It's actually hard to describe here a little bit, but in maybe a month or two, we actually get a new collaboration that includes 2 new Earth units that are pretty powerful. One of them is Accelerator, a good physical Earth unit, probably the strongest we have then. And the second is Yunyun, and Yunyun is actually a pretty good Mage unit because she makes Mage teams viable. And with that, we in the future actually have 2 valuable teams, one the Accelerator team, one the Yunyun team, and in both of them there is sadly no place for this Aqua, since you have your main 3 set because you need Rash Red, you need Speed Boost, you need 1 damaging unit in Physical Team Accelerator and a Magical Team Vanir, and there's no place. You can use her as a slot 4 unit to come in, provide guard for 1 more ulti and stuff like that, but that shot sadly doesn't cut the cake for it to be a really strong unit where I can go out and say like, oh yeah, easy clap boys, that's a must pull 100%. So yeah, other Earth units are sadly better and there's just no room for her. But I need to admit, in the future, when you run a Union team, I actually have a YouTube video on my channel where I actually use this Aqua even like a few months after the banner or so, like a really long time after, and she was actually used for that team and a must-have for this team. But in the end, the Accelerator team was just better, so it was just a meme team that I run for the fun. So she's a fun unit to use in specific cases, but I don't think for you people out there who want to try for to pull for the most powerful units, it's anything I could recommend. Second unit is Darkness. physical attack passive trait. She has a tier 2 agility boost, guys, with an HP condition, a self-gauge. Where did I hear this before? That's right, it's another budget Fes unit, this time budget Fes Darkest, I guess. Her basic is a tier 2 physical attack boost, which is needed. Like, if you run her ulti 2, you also have a physical attack boost. If you run her ulti 1 version 2, which is the other only viable ulti, you already provide a physical attack boost, so that's kind of useless, so it's just a basic. The good thing about her is, of course, agility boost is still really strong. She also looks pretty funny because she wears the Vanir mask all the time, and no guys, even though she has the Vanir mask on, she sadly does not hit. She won't hit. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but her ulti animation with that is really funny because imagining Darkness wearing a Vanir mask, pulling out another Vanir mask and putting it on the top of the other Vanir mask, it's it's kind of weird, but it's fun. But same thing with Aqua here. As I said before, we already have another speed Earth unit with Onsen Sealer that will get used once Accelerator is there. For the Mage teams, we use the new Yunyun as the speed boost provider, and with that, there's a room for her, Sally. She will be good for 1-2 of arenas whenever the next collaboration is coming, and after that, she's pretty much Sally dead. So, TLDR for this banner, I can't recommend pulling. I'm sorry. Unless you're an Aqua or Darkness Simp, then go ham, they're limited. Do it. Okay, then if we take a quick look at the calendar to see what the upcoming timeline looks like. First up, of course, the current event goes until August 18th, and this banner should drop on August 7th. With that, we should also get the higher difficulty for the secret boss. With that, we also unlock the rankings for the secret boss. Summary here again, there are tiers similar to Arena, but all you getting is a profile banner that just gets the border changed, so from bronze to silver to gold to rainbow for the highest difficulty. So I think the text also changes, I don't know, but it's not like something too crazy that you miss out on. So just see it as a fun way to try to get a high score, see what you can do, try around, and just have fun, because at the end it really doesn't matter, but it's still fun, don't get me wrong. With that, we also finally get the update to the anniversary coin shop, and with that we should also get our long-awaited dungeon crystals. I wasn't debating, should drop there. Also again, Anike should be coming, and another Forza ticket, so I hope you have some coins ready for that. Otherwise, just play the event more, because you probably want to do anyway. Then August 18th, when the new event starts. This is probably a pretty interesting date to check out my channel or just check out the discourse, because a new maintenance will be there, and with the new maintenance we maybe get some information about upcoming banners, you know? Maybe we got some leak from Sensisoft about a collaboration campaign or so. We don't know yet. We'll see. At the moment I have information, I will share them with you guys, of course, don't worry. So, you know, maybe follow, like, subscribe so you don't miss out on it. But the next event that will be dropping then is Elite Bounty Hunt Fortress Golem, and with that we get a new Wind Arena. By the way, the Earth Arena, of course, that we're getting on August 7th is of course corresponding to the Earth banner. The arena after the Mask Melon on August 14th will just be a filler arena without a corresponding banner. So yeah, Wind Arena probably suggests what the next element could be, and if you thought it's wind, you're wrong and right. Let me explain. The first unit in this new banner will be a new Wind Cecily, aka the offensive supporter this time. Why? Look at her skills. First up, she is a single target skill that can deal up to 389% damage. For that, it needs to consume 50% Gauge, that's right, but that's really high damage number. Again, all Gauge consumption skills are normally really high damage, so that's always really good. In exchange for that, our second skill actually does no damage because it's a party heal over time that also applies a 4-second CDR. So that's what I mean with offensive supporter. She can heal, she can apply CDR, and besides that, all she's doing is basically duking. And if you get like 2 or 3 crits with that single target skill, you're set for a good arena score, you're set. Also keep in mind, these banners are permanent, so with that already their priority goes down, but that's not only it for Cecily. She will be good for, I think, 2 months or so, but A new Yunyun is on the horizon. Of course, after the collaboration unit, we also getting a wind unit rather soon. And if we look at her skills, it's Gauge Consumtion, but with an even higher damage multiplier and a 2x random hit with pretty high damage multiplier. So as a pure damage nuker, she's just way better than Cecily. But Cecily is still fun to use, not gonna lie. The second unit is why I said you're wrong, is because we also getting a lightning Vanir. That's right. Next Vanir will be lightning element, and this kit is kinda sad, to be honest. If we look at the first skill, it looks pretty promising. 2-2 Reshred. Reshred is always really amazing, and that will be our Reshred Electro Mage. But if we look at the second skill, it's AoE skill, pretty low damage number, even though it's HP condition. It applies a tier 2 water elemental damage cut, which is usable, especially for like permanent dungeon. If you're still struggling there, he might be a help, unless you already have Halloween Mia, which can kind of do the same. So his damage is just really low. For comparison, we had one arena where you were pretty much not allowed to run physical units because it did like no damage. In the end, Mel still was the better Reshred unit there than Vanir, because even though she did way less damage, her speed provider was already good enough that she solidified her position there. Vanir case, you probably want to run his ulti 2, which is a tier 3 magic defense now, which is usable, which is decent, don't get me wrong, but other units can kind of do the same, and besides that, it's a self speed boost, which probably also do much, because if you run him in a team, you probably also want to have a speed boost provider, so he already has a tier 2 speed boost. You can see his damage is just slightly too low. There are other battle lightning units and there is no place for him. So TLDR again of this banner, permanent units, Cecily is decent, Vanir is okay, but still skip since permanent. And last but not least should be an dark banner with the giant bat attack, reasons for lie. What? Weird name. Anyway, it's time, boys. It's time. We all waited a really long time for this, but he's finally here. A usable dust! We got him, boys! We got him! A usable dust! Okay, let's check it out. What can he do? First up, 6 attack, 6% physical attack passive trait. Always good, always welcomed. Party tier 1, dark elemental buff for your whole team. And an HP condition. That skill can deal up to 228% damage. Pretty good start, right? Cooldown 21 seconds, buff duration is 12 seconds, so you have a downtime of 9 seconds, which is something, but in the same time it's a minor buff that's still usable, so it's not like too bad if it's down. Worst case, use 1 or 2 rotations of just basic, wait until your skills are ready back up, and then the skill should be ready as well. Then the second skill, which is his bread and butter, his single target skill, that is an HP consumption skill. You can see where this is going. That's right, it's an insane damage skill. And with these two skills, he has 2 possible ways to use them. First up, he's a really strong rear unit. So slot 4 unit, he comes in, provides the buff for your team, maybe gets them buffed from the other units while they also doing more damage, to use his Gauge Consumtion Skill, pray that it crits, and you're good to go. At the moment, even though the con says something different, you can also use him as a front unit right now in global when he drops. Simply because there aren't many good dark physical units, and when he comes, there will probably be an arena where you probably want to run physical units, so he's good there. But then again, dark is normally the mage meta, so he probably won't see much long-lasting success. But on Fury, he is a good dust, which is something I really welcome. Second unit is Mate Mel, 6% physical attack passive trait. Good because we don't have that many Mels who have that, so you know, even for a G-Mel, that can be good if you're missing one of the other Mels. Then we have a 2x random physical attack, 195% damage 2 times, so close to 400% damaging on a skill with a 17-second cooldown. Definitely not too bad. The problem is a second skill, 162% damage with a debuff block, and if you followed my channel for a little bit, you know that I said that we just got a new Megumin, the 4 mysterious adventurer Megumin, that also has a debuff block and is the best debuff block unit in the game. You can see where this is going, right? It's a unit for one arena where you need a debuff block. You can still get away by just running Megu and letting her explode, tanking the debuff block. So even then, there's like not too much use for her. And in general, her damage is like really low because a lot of her power budget went into the debuff block, which is sad because I think she looks good on Fury. Her random hit damage seems pretty good, but there's no room for her. And again, Dark is normally Mage meta, so yeah, with that, we are pretty much done with all the banners and all the units that we know of for August 2023. I want to do one more thing though, and that is I want to take a quick look at the JP timer and explain a few things here. Because if we just scroll a little bit down or up, whatever way you want to do it, you can see that on the top we have Casino banner, at the bottom we have Lolisa, huh? That's right, on the JP timeline we got the second Ani banner before we got Lolisa, which also explains why on the daily different character free multi thing we won't get a Lolisa multi, because this banner and this event is of course based on the JP timeline way, and there was no Lolisa there, so sadly there won't be a free Lolisa multi. Now if we scroll down more, we can see OG2, which we already had, we can see Uniform, which we already had, and only then the Theather banner. So you can see they already moved around anniversary, and this has two meanings for me, or like two things that I want to know but only the future will tell. First up is, now that the second Ani got delayed, will 2.25 Ani be delayed? Was this a one-time case, or is Cecily just willing to do them more often? So for example, if we scroll a little bit more, you can see that right after Battler we will have a certain scientific ray gun collaboration. Will it really happen there? Or are they just going to move it as well? Because we know they can do that. I don't know. I really don't know, guys. I wish I could. Again, if I have any information, I of course make a video, make a post in my Discord or my YouTube community tab. So keep an eye out in there. But I don't know. We will see. Soft hopefully will teaser the collaboration early enough with a pre-registration campaign, or at least some kind of leaks that there is something coming. I don't know. I really hope so. Otherwise, hopefully data mining stuff will help us there. But that just makes it even more harder to predict for me if you should pull more on the Ani banners or not. Also, speaking of Ani, another quick information here. As you probably saw, there's a Fes rerun banner that currently features Aqua with a Megumin. There will be a second rerun banner featuring, of course, Kazuma, Darkness, and Chris. That comes probably on August 8th or 9th, I think. I don't know. And that's also pretty good banner, especially if you miss Fast Chris. Like, Fast Chris is still one of the best units, as you even see in the current arena. Her time starts now, her time of being OP starts now, so if you don't have her, you probably want to get her. But then again, Collab could come. It's hard. Watch my video about where you should pull on. I already made one, if you haven't watched it already, to give you more information of what I recommend. But with that, we are pretty much done. Let's all pray together that we get early enough information about the collaboration so we can be prepared, that we hopefully know if they move around stuff or not, and if moving around stuff would actually be good or if it would actually hurt us. Well, more about that on the next video for the next month, because that's probably the best time to talk about it, and also what the future kind of looks like. So if you don't want to miss that, maybe like, follow, subscribe. Also keep in mind, I'm regularly streaming here on YouTube and Twitch, so if you want to see me pull live and be frustrated and do arena runs, check it out as well. If you want to support me and get early access to videos, maybe become a member as well. There's a tier for like 99 cents, so even for like people with not much money, there is a tier for you, I promise. And for people who want to really support me, there of course are the tiers as well. Even if you can't support me, thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it. Good luck on your summons still, and see you all in the next one. Bye bye.